I ain't afraid of dying anymore. I done it already. All right, team, 7 a.m. Just made it to Ellensburg, making great time compared to last time. There's no snow or anything this time, so it's going way faster. Just picked up 5 sausage biscuits with egg from Carl's Jr. because I love it. I think their biscuits might be better than mine. Not relevant. I should make it to where I want to go to at about 9 a.m. as opposed to 10:04 last time, so I'm an hour ahead of schedule. Other good news is I found out my long johns do have a butt flap, so it was a cold poo last time. I'll check in periodically, bring in mostly gear from about 1880 or before, so I have a little bit fancier stuff than last time, but still roughing it. I did bring a sweet chair. I'm really looking forward to sitting on that as opposed to a wet stump. So I'll see you later. Bye. 10 a.m. Just got here. Got a little bit turned around because the road that I normally turn on is not a road anymore. It's just snow. So I'm gonna have to walk up from the bottom, which sucks, but that's okay. Feels super cool right now. So let's get started. Gotta find some trees to make that shelter. Bye. Well, I do enjoy not seeing human tracks, but I don't enjoy seeing all these tracks, especially in the direction I'm going. I did see some deer hooves on the road, a lot of blood everywhere, and these same tracks. So here we go. All right, well, CSI Woods. Looks like we've got a pack of probably coyotes, or maybe even a lynx leading here. Huge scuffle everywhere, a little bit of hair, no blood, and then big tracks leading this way. Looks like an elk from the hair. Got away, fight another day, and doesn't look like they took off after it, so nature wins. Well, as always, come up here with grand plans of what the shelter's going to look like in your mind. Mice and men, though. Way more snow than I was thinking. Finding flammable stuff's going to be a little bit tough, but I did bring some. I actually brought some paper from a crate and barrel box that I got. They overpack everything, but the paper inside it is like the best tinder I've ever seen. So, gotta find 2 trees close together right now. Make a little triangle shelter of sorts, of shorts. Just keep looking for a spot. Well, there's a very small creek here with moving water, which is what I wanted. There's a lot of deadfall around here. It is covered in snow, but I can dry it out. There's a little embankment here, and the snow isn't as deep. Trees are a bit close together for that shelter I have in mind, so chewy, we're home. Well, the first rule of eating mushrooms in the forest is you don't eat mushrooms in the forest. They don't really have any, or I would say any nutritional value, and the risk of being poisoned is way too high. Not to mention I hate mushrooms, especially on pizza. Get that off my pizza! Alright, it's time to build Gary Owen. So, here's my plan. I got paracord, not period authentic, but fresh out of deer hide. I'm going to put paracord around this tree, spread it tight, and I'm actually going to wrap paracord in 2 spots. I'm going to throw the plastic over it, so instead of it being a pretty narrow triangle, I'm going to try to have a rope here, here, and here, so it kind of comes up and has a little more of a slant, allowing me a little more room inside. And then I'll pack the snow under it, throw that plastic over it, and probably pack snow on the sides of the plastic so it doesn't blow during the night. And then I'll get started on my fire. It's only, I don't know, 11:10. I got time to build a shelter and figure out if it's going to be worth staying or not, because there is a ton of snow, like 4.5 feet. That's a lot of snow, but there is some deadfall on the top, so we'll make do. Adios. Well, it's about where I want it. There's a bit more room inside than the last one, so I've pulled this out just a little bit to give it a little more space on the bottom, and I'm just simply weighing it down with a little snow to keep it from blowing up at night. Cool, man. The tent is set up. So, oh, Jesus. We're cool. Anyway, it's about that time of day where all the snow is falling off the trees, which really sucks because it all just fell on my bag and my rifle. But that's all right. Just a little snow. I need to get it in the tent. That's why I have this thing. It's like the size of a napkin. It's waterproof, puncture resistant. I'm just going to line the bottom of it. It is a, hold please. It is a Matador. Bye! Well, shelter's done. So the hard part's not exactly over, but it's always nice to get that out of the way. So, Trader Joe ginger ale bottle, no big deal. So now the manual labor part starts. I need to go find, like literally find wood that will burn, because it's just under a blanket of snow. But I'll find it. I got a lot of time. I want to get shooting a little bit here too, so I need to get moving. Adios. Success. Well, I got a little bit of a tree here to get my fire started. It's not much, but it is dead and pretty dry. So I'm going to use this hand chainsaw to just cut it into small pieces. Let's see how it goes. That's pretty cool. Let's chop up the rest. So I brought a couple things for tinder. The first is the crate and barrel packing paper I was talking about. They always overpack everything. This is like packing for a spoon, but it's really, really porous. Lots of surface area for the flame to catch quick, so that's good. And I was buying some Nicorette at the drugstore, and a woman was selling the real change papers out front, so I bought 10 of these just to keep in the car in case I need to burn stuff. It's basically newspapers that people sell to kind of get back on their feet if they're homeless or from broken homes and whatnot. I think they buy them for $1 and sell them for $2, so I bought 10. should be some good tinder. Let's make a fire. Well, I was walking past camp a little bit and saw this sitting over here. There's pee everywhere, prints everywhere. Man, stay frosty. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Everything is so damn wet. Just pulling branches off of trees off the ground because they're a little bit more dry, but man, everything is soaked. So hope we can get something to work. Stay frosty. Well, good news. All this bark is super dry, at least under the outside, so yeah, that's nice and dry. I'm gonna chip a bunch of this off and try another fire. Here we go, yeah! Well, like I said, everything's wet, but I did take the bark off here and I filled the plastic bag that the plastic sheet came in with bark chips. So hopefully it serves as a little bit better tender than that paper, which totally failed. Bye! My name is Tim McDonald, I'm a native of the Isle. I was born among others bogs and left when but a child. Me granddad fought in '98 for liberty so dear. He fell upon old Vinegar Hill as an Irish volunteer.
Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times.
Well, we've been hearing reports from the picket line that enemy cavalry may be approaching. Probably nothing, but did you hear that? Hold on. Got him. Not something you want to be on the receiving end of. Bye. Well, I'm having some serious issues with that fire, boyo. Part of the problem is it's snow. So if you build a fire on the snow, it's just going to keep melting down. So I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to dig a bit of a pit all the way to the ground. Pack the walls real tight, so at least it's not melting on itself. But the other thing is, I mean, everything is like frozen. And I don't really want to chop down an actual tree. You know, I'm not actually stuck out here, and that's a really big waste. So I got to make a call. It's 1 o'clock. No, it's 2:04. If it doesn't, you know, get the fire going by 5 o'clock, I'm gonna peace out. If I was actually stuck out here, I'd probably chop down that tree that I was getting the bark from, but that's just a really big waste for a video. So stay positive, try one more thing with the fire, and hopefully, Jesus Christ! Man. Oh, there goes the fire. Yeah, I'll try one more thing. I want to get that elk cooking because I'm pretty hungry, so here we go. Well, special type of disappointment right now. This awesome looking dead tree. Been trying to split it open, only to discover, I don't know if you can see, it's full of freaking snow. So really not catching a break. But that's the whole point, I guess. Come on, bitch. yeah, it's tough finding something that'll burn. The pit didn't work. Everything's just wet. Crazy kind of wet too. Like to the core. I gotta make enough fire to make that coffee. I really want some kind of edible reward right now, so I'm gonna keep trying. Bye! Well, all hope is not lost. I tore that chunk off. I'm gonna take it down with me to the tent and just chop it into really tiny pieces and hopefully feed it into the coffee flame. And found this little nougat filling. All this is real nice and dry. Even though it has a little ice on it, it's not actually wet. So I think we may have hit the jackpot. If not, shit. I have never in my life had such a hard time creating a fire. I'm down to burning my toilet paper, and like that's not even burning. Crazy. It's like the exact opposite of a burn ban. Couldn't burn it if you tried. Well, it's about 3:45. If that fire's not happening, I'm not staying out here. No way, no how. If I was stuck out here, there's a fallen tree, or a fallen tree, huge. That's where I got these pieces of bark from. I would probably just throw the plastic over that and sleep there and try to not freeze to death, but I do have the option to go home, and I'm probably going to do that at about 5 o'clock. So couldn't even get a fire going to heat up some water, and that's a problem. So alright guys, well I think that's it for me on this trip. Cut my losses, still had fun, so that was really the goal of the trip. Just have a little fun, get away from people. I had fun. I was a little bummed I couldn't cook that steak the way I wanted to, or make that coffee. There's nothing like having a little food as a reward for stuff out here, but lessons for next time, I guess, is really just, unfortunately, I might need to bring my own fuel. I might need to bring like a cord of wood or something and just haul it behind me on a travois. But yeah, I'll probably do this again next month. Hopefully that Civil War uniform is here next time. Thanks for watching. You support me, I'll try to support you. Bye!